Hey YouTube, Rick Steele Customs. I am doing a review on my US General toolbox today. As you can see, I didn't finish putting it together, and the reason for that is, and this is the way it came. You can see right here, I got bearings missing from here, here. This is bent. That's the way it came. Bearings just fall right out. So I really like these toolboxes. Yeah, this is definitely an issue, but what I did to fix this is I called. I got online and I went to the Harbor Freight Tools website. And if you look at it, you're going to find a tab that you can click on for parts. You're going to call that phone number and you're going to tell them what part you need. And then they're going to screw up. And look at this. They sent me all of this, which is awesome. I'm not complaining about this, but maybe that's why prices are going up in their store. I mean, look at all these. And they sent it to me free of charge, so I've got extras here. But in any case, these are actually riveted on. And what you're going to need to do in order to get this off, and I've already done one. You can see right here, there's a hole. That hole had a rivet in it. The rivet looked exactly like that rivet right there. Now, in order to get that out, it's relatively simple. You will need a drill. And that's all there is to it. It just has these little tabs here, there, and there. So in order to put the new one on, it's just reverse of the same. You take this little, sorry guys, this is hard to do holding a phone one-handed. Take this little tab, and you're going to slip it in there. Now this particular roller is for the right hand side, so you're going to want to take the correct one. Which will be, for me, it's going to be this guy right here. So these things are definitely side specific. And that's all there is to it. And then you take yourself a rivet gun and rivet the thing back on. One thing I just noticed, however, it's missing the hole right here. This hole is missing from here. So, in order for me to rivet this thing back on, I will be required to drill a hole somewhere around this bracket. I don't want to really go into the previous one or in that location, because more than likely what's going to happen is I'm going to have a hole that's too big to support the rivet. So I'm going to put it maybe closer back here. And you can see pretty much they're going to be on the same position as the right side to the left side. So if I get it a 1/4 inch from the tab, I'll be okay. Okay guys, I wanted to show you this. This side does have the rivet hole. The back side again does not. And the thing is, if you push down on this, it's not going to come out because of the way the tabs are designed. They're in the downward position. So another thing I wanted to show you guys is this track is riveted to the drawer. So what I did was I removed this one from the new hinge because you don't need that. And it's a very simple process to remove. This basically just goes like this, and you can see it locks into position. So if you pull this all the way out, right here, you're just going to want to squeeze down on it, and you're going to see like a little lump, and that's where you want to go down, because I don't think they're the same on both sides. You might have to push up on the opposite side and then just remove it. So they send it to you, I guess, just in case your track rail here is damaged. But in my particular case, mine is in perfect condition, so no need to have to go through and put a rivet in on the drawer side. So, but anyway, I'm going to put the rivet in at least right here. If my rivet gun will fit down into that little hole, because it's a recessed hole and my rivet gun's kind of fat. But it really isn't necessary, but let's give it a try. Okay guys, my rivet gun was too fat, it wouldn't go down into the crevice. So I didn't bother putting a rivet in. One other thing I noticed is they actually sent me the wrong ones. These are incorrect. Maybe there's one in there, I didn't go through them all, but you can see on this side, I'm pulling it, that's where it's stopping, right there. But on this side, it goes well beyond what this side is doing. But it still works. But getting back to it, this toolbox is great. I like it. I mean, for the money, it was, I don't remember what I paid for it, but it's a really good quality box. Now, this one is not, I would not recommend these Yukons. Do not buy one unless you just don't have the money to go with the larger US General. US General is much, much better. These do not even have locks on the drawers, where the US Generals, they do. It's right here. It's a little tab. You have to slide it, and then you can open it, and then it locks. And these are on all of them. So Definitely recommend these. Definitely not the Yukon. And the Yukon it's actually much flimsy. Much flimsier than the US General. The quality wise, the metal is much heavier on the US General. And on the US General, one of the things I did to make it stand out above the rest is I cut up an old swamp cooler that I had lying around for the sheet metal. And I installed walls on the back and on both sides. And it keeps stuff from falling out. And it looks neater. And then I just painted them to match. And I like these so much that I actually bought 2 more. Haven't put them together yet. But these are the same black 5-drawer toolboxes. And right now I'm just using them to hold some stuff while I install my new serpentine system on my 70 Super Sport. I also went with the Edelbrock E Street fuel injection. Edelbrock EnduraShine intake. One of a kind. Chevelle SS396 air cleaner. It's one of a kind because I did it myself. I designed it and I actually had a guy cut the engraving for me. I wanted it to match the valve covers and went with the same script. Except for the valve covers say Chevrolet. And the air cleaner says Chevelle. But anyway, getting back to it, the reason I don't have both valve covers on is because I had some clearance issues. So I had to notch out this valve cover, TIG weld it back on, sand down the welds and polished it up just so I can clear my brake booster. There's just no room here for the booster. These are short valve covers. And of course those are much taller. And you can see the height difference. So that's why I did that. And you guys can check out my channel for other videos. And if you're interested in my Scooby-Doo van and this particular project, it's going to go a long way before it's done, but there's going to be different steps, different things I'm going to do to it, and I'll try and get as much of that as possible on YouTube. Same thing with the 73 there. Same thing with my 78 Shorty that I'm backdating with the older 77 to 71 grill and bumper. I already have several videos on this on YouTube. Feel free to check them out. Got some YouTubes on my Transformer Camaro. And I'll have some videos coming out on my 57 Chevy here. And the 69 Pontiac convertible. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of Rick Steele Customs. If you got anything out of this, if you liked the video in any way, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. Subscribe. Hit the bell icon if you want to see these videos as I produce them and list them on YouTube. And if you didn't like the video, do me a favor and hit the thumbs down button. And just to be sure, hit it twice. And as always, let's go Brandon.